Once again, excuses are being made for Stephen Curry's subpar performance in the NBA Finals. Steve Kerr, who swore that Stephen Curry was not injured during the finals and that, he was just, for whatever reason, was just not playing very well at certain points. Now he's reiterating that, yes, Curry was indeed injured during the finals and that they had to make adjustments to accommodate that, and that might have had something to do with why Cleveland won a title and Golden State blew a 3-1 series lead. And the thing that really pisses me off about that is, and I said this before in a video, and I don't like repeating myself, but I'm going to have to do it. When OKC was up 3-1, that's when we heard, in the Western Conference Finals, that's when we first heard these excuses about, Curry's injured. Curry's come out of injury, da-da-da. But then when Golden State came back from the 3-1 deficit and won 4 games to 3, went to the NBA Finals, Curry dropped like a 38-point game, I remember, or something like that, a couple 30-point games. All that talk just dissipated. Then when they went up 3-1, you didn't hear anything more about injuries. But once Cleveland came back, when Cleveland tied the series up in Game 6, I think Curry's injured. Shut the fuck up with that shit, man. That's the type of shit that pisses me off. Be consistent with your whining, okay? Don't whine and find excuses in your excuse book. 101 excuses to make when your fucking player blows the finals. Don't pull that book out when your fucking team's choking. Oh, I gotta go to the tried and true explanation. He's injured. Clearly he's injured. He was injured 2 months ago. He's still suffering from the lingering effects of the injury. The reason why I'm so merciless against Golden State is because just last year they wouldn't want to hear one part of Cleveland Cavalier fans saying, well, we didn't have 2 of our starters. Oh, we would have beaten you guys anyway. Shut up and stop whining. We're better than you. We're better than you. We would have won anyway. It didn't matter. Even though, for the most part in those games, they struggled to beat Cleveland. Even without Kyrie Irving. Even without Kevin Love. We would have beaten you guys anyway. But I'm going to tell you something. And Tito Garcia made a video about this shit about a month ago, really now. And J. Deal did a video talking about the Golden State Warriors next year. And I pretty much concur with both gentlemen. This trade that Golden State made for Kevin Durant, I don't think it's a good trade in the long run because, you hear people say, oh, they're going to be the first team to score 200 points in the game, da-da-da. Usually it takes a while for teammates to get, acclimated to playing with one another. It takes a while for chemistry to become to the point where, I remember when Bosh, Wade, and LeBron first got together, it pretty much took the entire season for those guys to finally get to the point where they were playing somewhat within a system where they could fit one another. It wasn't really until that second year that they really jailed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was certain things, even in 2011 in the finals against the Mavericks, part of the reason why LeBron may have played that poorly, and he did play poorly, and there's no excuses for that. But perhaps part of it was because he wasn't accustomed to being the top guy. He didn't know if he should defer in certain situations. That could have been part of it. But he did choke in that finals. But my thing is, who's going to be who in these roles? Because, is Steph Curry still going to be the team leader? Where's Durant fit in the grand scheme of things? Is he the second option? Is he the third option? Because Klay said he's not going to change his role for anybody. And the bench really has taken a hit. I think that defensively, this team is going to take a big hit. They've lost Festus Ezeli. They've lost Harrison Barnes, who I still think is a solid player. I just think he's a fucking Olympian. He's not an Olympian caliber player, but he's still a solid player. They lost Harrison Barnes, as I said, Festus Ezeli. They lost Maurice Spites. They lost Leandro Barboza, who was at one point in time a starter in this NBA and was, possibly the fastest player in the NBA at one point. I get the feeling I'm forgetting somebody. And and they've lost Andrew Bogut. They lost a lot of people on their bench, man. They lost a lot of firepower. And their rim protector, their inside presence is gone. I mean, Draymond Green's not a fucking rim protector. He's not a shot blocker. So this team is not going to be what it once was. And the days of Curry jacking up 23, 25 shots a game might be over with. I don't think he's going to win on the scoring title. They're going to have to, because David West is not what he once was, and he's not a rim protector like that. So I'm a little concerned about this team, man. I don't know if they're going to win the title. And I'm not even certain if they're going to go to the NBA Finals. It's going to be mighty funny. It'll be mighty hilarious to me if that team did all of this, this huge trade, only to take one step back and not even make it to the finals. I wouldn't be surprised if San Antonio went to the finals instead of Golden State. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on that one. Tell me what you guys think about Steve Kerr and his whining and excuse making for Stephen Curry's abysmal performance in Game 7.